There's been a deadly explosion at an upmarket restaurant in Moscow. Russian state media says at least 3 people were killed and 21 injured. Authorities there say it was a homemade bomb carried by a woman, though a lot remains unclear, including who was behind this and if there was a specific target. Our Russia analyst is waiting to talk us through what's confirmed and will also responsibly address what's been speculated about online. But first, let's take a look at these pictures from the scene at Kudurinskaya Square. According to state media quoting Russia's anti-terrorism committee, the woman had tried to carry the explosive device into the restaurant but was stopped by a security guard. Both the woman and the guard were killed, as was a third person, state media says. And we can look at this map to help you understand where this all happened, between 2 and 3 kilometres from the Kremlin, or roughly half an hour's walk. And we can speak to DW's Russia analyst, Konstantin Eggert. Konstantin, great to see you. Just walk us through a bit more about what's been confirmed so far.
Well, so far we know that this restaurant called Balzi Rossi, which is a prestigious Italian restaurant in Moscow with an Italian chef, actually, has been essentially bombed by someone who wanted to bring this bomb inside the restaurant. But as you rightly said, it seems like the guard stopped the woman who said she was just a messenger, a courier, and the bomb, which was pretty powerful, about 1 kilo of TNT, and stuffed with metal balls, exploded in front of the terrace, not inside the restaurant. That's why it seems the impact was not as devastating as was designed by those who designed the bomb. And indeed, 2,000 people are injured and 3 are dead. Who is the third person apart from the messenger and the guard? We don't know. But what we do know is that the restaurant was closed for what is called in Russian закрытое мероприятие, closed event. And it seems that it was a very special event indeed. The commander of the Russian Air and Space Forces, Colonel General Alexander Chaikov, was celebrating his 55th birthday there. That is what the Russian Telegram channels are saying, and that is something that can be confirmed just looking at Chaikov's biography on even Wikipedia. And he is a very famous, or the Ukrainians say infamous, commander who was in charge of the Russian expeditionary force in Syria in the last years of its existence. Then he was commander of the army units that conducted the massacre in the town of Bucha, not far from Kiev in 2022, at the beginning of the full-scale invasion. So for the Ukrainians, he was definitely on the list of top targets, if it was indeed the Ukrainians, and there were reasons for that. Just to give you an approximation, the number of people that have a Colonel General rank in the Russian army, I'm only talking about the army, is anything between 30 and 50 people, which is a very small number. He's truly a top commander, and being commander of essentially Russian Air and Space Force is indeed something that places him in the top 5, probably, of the Russian army commanders generally.
Konstantin, just to be clear, thanks for bringing us all of this really important context about Alexander Chaikov, but it's not confirmed officially, or as far as possible, as it is possible, that he was the target. I'm just interested in what you said about his Wikipedia page. Could you just sort of explain that a little bit more for us?
Well, we do know that his birthday was on the 1st of August, I think, and he's 55 years of age, which is, well, not exactly a jubilee, but it's a type of date that he'd like to celebrate. The fact that the several, usually well-informed pro-regime bloggers in Russia indicated that it must have been him. A few other elements, even pictures on social media, show that he indeed seems to have celebrated this date these days. And I must say that the Russian bloggers usually are well informed about it. If you compare several Telegram channels, I think you can deduce that it is, we should say allegedly, but there is a high probability, let's put it like that,
Okay.
that it was a Chaikov.
And if it was him, indeed it was him that was targeted, tell us, what do you think this signifies?
Well, it just signifies that the Ukrainian intelligence penetrates Russia pretty deeply. And to know if it is him, let's put it like that, if it is indeed him, to learn where the general is going to celebrate his birthday. I mean, it's not exactly a very easy thing to do, also because he knows he must be on the target list. It's a very high probability of that. So he should be guarded, and he was guarded because, I'm a fourth generation Moscowite, and I lived there until essentially 2014. I've been to a lot of private parties. There are very few where you have guards posted outside of essentially the restaurant itself, which means that someone who was there was indeed protected pretty, I would say, thoroughly. So I do think that that means that the Ukrainian intelligence not only follows people that are of interest to it, but also this attempt on someone's life sends a message to Russian top brass: you are not you're not alone. We follow you. We see you, even when you're in Moscow, when you're in Russia, when you think that you're on kind of on the safe ground. I think that the whatever happened there, I mean, it seems like he survived. But this exactly is the type of message you send to the enemy. I'm watching you, and I'm watching you from places you don't even know that I'm watching you from.
Let's unpack what you've been saying a little bit more about Ukraine and Ukrainian intelligence. Just firstly, has any group or individual or country claimed responsibility for this?
No. But I think that the perception is that if it is the General Chaikov, then indeed the perception would be that it is the Ukrainian intelligence. I mean, in theory, it could be a mafia hit against someone in the crowd or against the owners of the restaurant that probably didn't pay their dues to someone. I mean, in theory, it could happen. In practice, I think it is not very likely, bear in mind all the indirect circumstances that we know about.
And another thing, earlier this year, the FSB security service in Russia said it would step up protection for high-ranking military officials following killings, attempted assassinations blamed on Ukraine. So from your opinion, this incident does fit that pattern in some way?
Jared, let's first agree. Never call FSB a security service. It is a secret police of a dictatorial regime. It's not like MI5 or MI6 or BND or whatever, Verfassungsschutz in Germany. Number two, indeed, they always say that they strengthen protection, although they rarely admit that there was an attempt on the life of a high-level official, unless the official is killed. Then you have to publish an obituary, and I mean, this thing becomes public knowledge. But whether they do, whether it is effective, we cannot assess. What I can assess, though, is that in this particular case, someone came very close to killing the general. The speculation is that this gift, quote unquote, that was supposed to be delivered to the general was sent via normal courier service that delivers gifts, flowers, I don't know, champagne to parties. That means that someone was probably watching the restaurant, and what the Russian, again, sources are saying is that the bomb was detonated from a distance, but it means that there was monitoring of the movement of the lady that brought in the box, which sends an additional message. We are there. Whoever did it wanted to show that they were there.
Can we expect any further reaction to this from the Kremlin?
I don't think so. I mean, I may be wrong, but I don't think so. It is not their habit to comment on such things unless the person was killed. I mean, someone of a very high level was killed, then you have to admit it. But if Cheikov survived, then I don't think they're going to say anything, because even if they say that it was the Ukrainians, it shows them in a bad light. Essentially, you bomb a restaurant, as you rightly said, 30 minutes walk, leisurely walk from the Kremlin in one of the most prestigious, if not the most prestigious area in Moscow. It's not, in such regimes, such admissions come hard, because that shows your weakness. And the only thing, maybe the main thing, that the Putin regime never wants to show, like Putin himself, is weakness. So if Cheikov survived, and if it was indeed him, then I don't think they're going to say much more about it.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Konstantin Eggert. That's our DW's Russia analyst there. So what questions do you have about this? Let us know in the comments. We've got a wealth of analysis on questions like security in Russia on our channel, as well as Russia's war in Ukraine. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Jared Reid in Berlin. Thanks for watching.